The Regional Flood Control District was created in the late 1980s. For most of this time, Gail Frazier was the general manager and chief engineer. Although you might not know his name, he has been the head of most projects in flood control in Clark County for the past 27 years. Today on the Flood Channel, we're going to talk about his legacy and what's next for the district. Before the district was created, there was no regional approach to flood control. In 1987, when Gail Frazier started his job at the district, he didn't know his job would become his legacy. When Frazier retired this spring, those who had worked with him over the years came to pay tribute to his career.
Recall in the early days of the district, it was pretty controversial trying to get that initial master plan in place or just get the district created. We had people coming forward and protesting almost every meeting. So, Mr. Chairman, I think of all those projects, Virginia described a lot of them. Think of what it took to make it where the Charleston underpass doesn't flood, the multi-year Twain Avenue storm drain project, huge detention basins, projects in Mesquite, Boulder City, Las Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas, Moapa Valley, Laughlin, Searchlight, it just goes on, where we had massive flooding before. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm hoping that you will lead the board in singing the district fight song, because due largely to Gail's efforts, now the rain on Twain falls mainly in the drain.
The district's first general manager was Virginia Valentine. Turns out she was also once Gail Frazier's boss.
Under his stewardship, over 90 detention basins and 590 miles of channel were completed. 50 square miles were removed from flood hazard areas. That's 50 square miles that otherwise could not have been developed or housed our residents who live here today. And remember, all of this happened during a period of phenomenal, unprecedented, and maybe growth we'll never see again here in Clark County.
During Frazier's last meeting, a number of national representatives came to offer recognition. Frazier received honors from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Representatives from U.S. Senator Harry Reid and Representative Joe Heck came with proclamations and certificates. Frazier also received an award from the National Association of Flood and Stormwater Management Agencies. Local governments each thanked Frazier in their own distinct ways, with proclamations, facility name, and other recognition.
A powerful influence and a change agent for Southern Nevada, and clearly best practices in flood control came into place because of the hard work that you did. And so our mayor and council and the 280,000 residents in Henderson have deemed this Gail Frazier Day in Henderson, so you have free parking in Henderson today.
He made a remarkable difference in the lives of hundreds of thousands of Southern Nevadans over the many years that he has served. I am grateful to him for doing that and keeping my family and other families in Clark County out of harm's way.
Now that we've taken a look back, we want to introduce you to our new general manager and chief engineer. Steve Parrish may be the new general manager of the district, but he's been working his way up to this position for quite some time.
I began my career at the Clark County Department of Public Works. I worked as an engineer there, reviewing drainage studies for private developments. And then I chose to move over here to the Regional Flood Control District and began here as a senior engineer, worked up to principal engineer and engineering director, and eventually was promoted to assistant general manager, and now I'm general manager. I've been living in Las Vegas since 1978. I went to elementary school here, I went to junior high and also high school here, and then I went to UNLV and got my degree, my bachelor's degree in civil engineering at UNLV. Las Vegas has changed a lot over the years since 1978. I remember as a kid, driving with my mom and dad around town and seeing the flooded areas even back then. And we've come a long way since then, made a lot of progress, and a lot of those problem areas that used to exist have now been taken care of and aren't much of a problem anymore. So it's been good to see the changes over the years.
The district has worked hard to complete the projects over the years. With so many projects built already, Parrish knows exactly where he wants the district to go in the future.
We've made a lot of progress over the years. We've built many facilities. We just surpassed the 600-mile mark on the channels and storm drains, on links of channels and storm drains. And so we've got a lot of momentum, I think. And I think one of the main goals of my after I got promoted was to continue that momentum and make sure that we continue building these facilities as quickly as we can.
Building on that momentum, Parrish also wants to continue the tried and true regional approach that's made the district so successful.
All of our projects are important to us. It doesn't matter if it's in an outlying area or if it's in the city of Las Vegas. I think every project that we do is important to Southern Nevada as a whole. And so our philosophy has always been to do everything regionally, to build up the system throughout Southern Nevada and not just focus on one location and try to fix that one location. And so I think that served us well over the years.
Environmental concerns are some of the immediate challenges the district is tackling.
That's the main focus right now. We do have a lot of challenges ahead of us, particularly on the environmental side of the house, trying to make sure we're in compliance with the Clean Water Act and with staying in the good graces of the EPA. We need to make sure that we're handling our NPDES, our National Pollution Discharge Elimination System permit, well, and we just got audited on that permit from the state, and so we got to deal with the results of that audit, and also we got to deal with getting that permit reissued here in the near future.
Despite the challenges, Parrish has found his job to be rewarding.
We see it every day that we get these projects completed, and people that have dealt with flooding issues for years and years and years, suddenly they don't have to worry about flooding anymore. It's not something that's on their radar anymore, and they don't have to think about it and just go on with life. And it just improves the quality of life for the people that live in Southern Nevada. We're constantly hearing from people thanking us about we were able to get removed from the flood zone, and beyond that, we're not going to get flooded anymore, and we don't really have to worry about that. It's just a great thing.
Hey, my name's Katie, and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student, and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie, if you want me to do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
I'm Agent Smith.
And I'm Agent Jones.
We're busting people who pollute Clark County.
Uh-oh. Sir, your dog left a little gift for us.
He did?
Sir, pet waste can wash off lawns down storm drains untreated into Lake Mead.
Oh. Sir, when Fido leaves a gift, do your duty. Scoop it and toss it.
Oh, okay.
Do something positive.
Don't trash Clark County. It's our home, too.
As you just saw in that ad, pollution continues to be a problem in the district, and we need to try to find new ways to address this. Today on the Flood Channel, we are debuting our new commercial with the animals of Lake Mead.
Lake Mead is full of life, a seemingly endless aquatic parade, attracting and sustaining busy desert creatures. It's one of the most diverse ecosystems in Nevada, with species found nowhere else on Earth. But every time soap suds run down your driveway, oil drips in the streets, fertilizer washes off your lawn, or random trash gets swept in our storm sewers, their home gets a little uglier. They get a little sicker. If we don't take simple steps to change our ways, soon you'll wonder where all our friends have gone. It's time to clean up our act, Southern Nevada. To get your home or business lake-friendly certified, visit belakefriendly.com.
The animals of Lake Mead are a great way to teach children about pollution. We also go right into the schools and bring the message of flood safety.
The district school outreach program is critical to get youngsters aware of flood dangers from an early age.
So that when it rains in Red Rock, all the water goes right here, and then it goes into one of these channels, like this, and then your houses and roads don't flood. Isn't that cool?
Children learn the reasons it floods here in the desert and learn ways to keep both themselves and their families out of harm's way.
How many of you guys have been to Lake Mead? Yeah, that's cool. So when it rains in Mount Charleston or Red Rock, which you guys are really close to, all the water wants to go from Red Rock to Mount Charleston to Lake Mead. But guess what's in the center? Who's in the center? Yeah. We are in the center. So we do all of that and a little bit more.
District engineers also visit schools to talk the science of flood control.
What happens is the channels then all drain into a detention basin, right? So they'll flow into the detention basin, and the water's coming in just like we saw on that where it was coning. It's coming in really hard. If you put it across the river, then it's actually called a dam, right? But the levees run alongside so that as the river rises, the water doesn't come over here and flood this area.
This year, we had a successful flash flood season with no fatalities and only a few problems. Here are some of the ways we communicated flash flood safety to the community.
Monsoon moisture was already in the air when the district held its Flash Flood Safety News Conference in late June at the Cal Canyon Detention Basin.
This is one of 90 detention basins that have been built throughout southern Nevada and Clark County. It's designed to capture flows that are coming essentially out of the mountains, detain those flows, and release the flow at a much more controlled flow rate downstream.
Numerous television, radio, and print reporters were on hand to help spread the message. And local leaders stress how important the district's construction project on nearby Grand Teton Drive is making Northwest Las Vegas safer.
And we know as we have Sky Canyon being built out, this will in fact protect them as well. Mother Nature certainly has issued her challenge to us, and we have responded quickly and specifically as possible. But each one of us, and you too, need to think and act responsibly. Stay out of compromised and probably dangerous driving and pedestrian roadways. It's up to each one of us to make sure that those we know, we spread the word, stay away from flood waters, don't go around barricades, and be mindful of the flash floods.
Another big focus of our communication this year was making sure the public knew about Senate Bill 156. The new law, which took effect on July 1st, makes drivers liable for their rescue or the removal of their vehicle from floodwaters if they enter a barricaded area.
If you drive through a flooded roadway or drive around a flood warning barricade and you need to have yourself, your vehicle, and the other occupants of your vehicle rescued, if the danger of getting swept away and the possibility of being killed by floodwaters doesn't resonate with you, maybe the expense of having to pay for your rescue will.
Another way the district reaches out to the community is through our smartphone app, Flood Spot. Here you can get up-to-date information about flash floods in your area, and there's a game for your kids to play.
This year, the district also moved some of its advertising to smartphone apps like Pandora and to electronic billboards with live flash flood watches. Of course, our flood safety advertising was also all over television.
We have all seen the devastation that floods can cause to homes and lives in Clark County. Has your neighborhood or home ever been affected by major storms? Federal flood insurance is a smart and cost-effective investment if you think your home is vulnerable. Some easy-to-understand assessments can help determine if you need flood insurance. Call your insurance agent or call 1-888-CALL-FLOOD or visit the Regional Flood Control District's website for guidance. See if flood insurance makes sense for you.
If you want to learn more about the district or flash floods, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. You can also download our smartphone app, FloodSpot. It might be the safest thing you have on your phone.